story time, motherfuckers.
Twist Alley's Twisted Tales.
Hello, my friends. So this one's another subscriber that emailed me. This is an absolutely horrifying true story. She is very lucky to be here. Watch to the end, I got some info on upcoming stories and all. Cheers. In the heart of Cleveland, where the city lights flicker and cast long shadows, there lies a bar nestled amidst the bustling streets. It's a place where the night comes alive, but for one 24-year-old woman named Natasha, it became a chilling battleground between life and terror. Natasha worked the late shift at the bar, pouring drinks and exchanging laughs with the regulars until the early hours of the morning. As the clock struck closing time, she bid her co-workers farewell and stepped out into the cool night air, her heart pounding with the anticipation of the quiet walk home. The first night was uneventful. She walked briskly, the sound of her footsteps echoing against the deserted sidewalks. But on the second night, a feeling of unease crept over her as she noticed a figure lurking in the shadows, cloaked in all black. Natasha quickened her pace, her senses on high alert as she felt the weight of their gaze following her every move. Brushing it off as paranoia, she reached her doorstep and breathed a sigh of relief. Yet as she turned the key in the lock, a shiver ran down her spine as she glimpsed the silhouette retreating into the darkness. The following night, Natasha's nerves were frayed as she left the bar. She debated calling a cab but shrugged off the idea, convincing herself that it was just her imagination running wild. However, as she walked, she couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. Every corner she turned, she half expected to come face to face with her shadowy pursuer. When she finally reached her street, she made a split-second decision to hail a cab, unwilling to risk another encounter. As she waited outside her house, her heart sank as she saw the figure emerge from the darkness once more, a menacing presence cloaked in black. Fear gripped her as she watched him approach, his steps slow and deliberate. Her breath caught in her throat as she realized the glint of metal in his hand, a knife gleaming in the dim streetlight. Panic surged through her veins as she fumbled for her phone, fingers trembling as she dialed her brother's number. "Tasha, what's wrong?" Her brother's voice crackled through the phone. Tears streamed down her face as she whispered, "Someone's outside. He's got a knife." Without hesitation, her brother rallied his friends and raced to her aid. In a matter of minutes, they arrived, armed and ready to confront the threat lurking in the shadows. Natasha watched from her hiding spot behind a nearby bush, her heart pounding in her ears as she prayed for their safety. The night air was thick with tension as her brother and his friends surrounded the intruder, their voices low and urgent as they demanded he drop the weapon. With a sudden burst of adrenaline, they lunged forward, disarming the assailant and pinning him to the ground. Relief washed over Natasha as she watched the flashing lights of the police car approach, the wail of sirens cutting through the stillness of the night. The officers quickly took control of the situation, handcuffing the man and leading him away into the night. As dawn broke on the horizon, Natasha stood outside her house, her hands still trembling from the adrenaline-fueled ordeal. She couldn't shake the feeling of dread that lingered in the air, a stark reminder of the horrors that had unfolded just moments before. But amidst the fear and uncertainty, one thing remained clear. She was alive thanks to the quick thinking of her brother and his friends. And as she watched the sun rise, casting its golden rays across the city, she made a silent vow to never walk home alone again. For she knew that sometimes, the darkness held far more than just shadows. It held the echoes of unspeakable horrors, waiting to strike when least expected. Goes to show that as comfortable as we are in our own neighborhood, evil is not far away. I'm happy you're safe, Natasha, and thanks for letting me share your story. And respect to your brother and his friends for doing his job and protecting his sister. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you have not already. And smash the shit out of those like buttons and share on social media for me. I really do appreciate it. And if you have a story like Natasha's, or just any scary encounter, email me at twistelliestoryideas@gmail.com. And until next time, my friends, I'll see you on the dark side. Sweet nightmares.